This is the motor's frequency variator. Here is the control panel with the start button and the stop button, but most importantly the parameters. Now the parameters, when we press this button, it will open up the menu where we can see which parameters we can modify. We can select them with the arrow buttons. First we'll open P0010, which is the service mode. This will allow us to modify the rest of the parameters. Next is P0100. This is the way that the servos will work. When we have it at 1, it will show the electric power as HP, horsepower, and it will set the frequency to 60 Hz. Next is nominal voltage. We have it set as 220 volts. Next is P0305. This is the current for the motor. We have it at 2.3 amperes. Next is PO307. This is the electric power that the motor will receive. We have it at half horsepower. Next is PO310. This is the frequency at which the motor will work. And then PO311, which is the speed of the motor. We have it at 3400 RPM. Next is PO700. This will allow us to see if we control the motor via the digital inputs that we have right here, or if we control it with the buttons in the control panel. We have it set to 1 so that we can control it with the buttons. Next is PO1000. This will allow us to check if we control the frequency with the arrow buttons or with an analog input. We have it set to 1 to control it with the arrows. Next is P1080. This is the minimum frequency at which the system will start. And the other one, P1082, is the maximum frequency, which in this case is 60 Hz. Afterwards is P1120. This is the mode that will allow us to see the acceleration, and P1121 is the deceleration of the motor. Finally, we have 3900 at 0, which will set the variator to its default settings without doing any calculations for the motor. Afterwards, we return to R000, which will allow us to control the frequency. First, we will start by pressing the green button, and as you can see, the motor will start very slowly because it has a low frequency. Afterwards, we modify the frequency with the arrow button. As you can see, we get it higher, and the higher it gets, it starts to accelerate a bit more. As you can see, it's spinning at a different speed. Now we get it to have its full frequency, and it's spinning even faster. Finally, I will set it to its maximum frequency. As you can see here, it is 60. It won't allow me to go any higher because we set the limit to 60. This button helps us to rotate the direction in which the motor is spinning. You will see it slowly decelerate and accelerate at 5 seconds, which is the time we set. And here the frequency shows a negative because it is the opposite direction. I have pressed the button again to see the deceleration and acceleration of the motor. And now, to stop, we simply press the red button, which will go back to 0. And that will be all for this video. Thank you for watching.